Writing a love song in the 21st century is an exercise in avoiding traps. Traditional romantic metaphors, stars, moons, and flowers, have been used so relentlessly that the language itself has grown thin. When a songwriter reaches for a rose today, the image often loses its pulse before the first chorus is over. The Arctic Monkeys found a way around this exhaustion. On their 2013 album, AM, they took a poem about household chores and turned it into a global anthem, grounding their romance in the mundane world rather than the heavens. The lyrics are intentionally unpoetic. The narrator doesn't offer his heart. He offers to be a vacuum cleaner, a Ford Cortina, or a coffee pot. On paper, this reads like a hardware store inventory. Yet, in practice, these lines evoke a massive emotional response from audiences who usually roll their eyes at sentimentality. By utilizing these absurd, tactile objects, the song bypasses the audience's skepticism. We are so used to being sold an idealized version of love that when someone offers to handle the dust in our carpets instead, it feels remarkably sincere. This creates a dynamic of total, functional devotion. The narrator isn't interested in being a hero or a distant admirer. They want to be something you use every single day. The request to be a vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust, is a promise to handle the unglamorous debris of a lover's life. It is a commitment to stay present through the mess and the monotony. With the coffee pot, the narrator surrenders even more agency. To let me be your coffee pot, you call the shots, is to wait on a burner, activated only when someone else decides they need a drink. The portable heater moves the imagery into the realm of survival. In a cold environment, the narrator offers themselves as a source of glowing protection. In every line, the narrator offers to trade away their own autonomy. They are making a case for total utility, arguing that the highest form of love is to become indispensable through service. These bizarre appliance metaphors allow the narrator to speak about the terrifying intensity of their feelings without the conversation becoming too heavy. By using wry, working-class imagery, they can express a desire for total ownership while maintaining a layer of humor. It's a way of being vulnerable without being dramatic. Then the logic breaks. The analogies disappear, replaced by a sudden confession. Secrets I have held in my heart are harder to hide than I thought. The humor fails, the devotion grows too heavy, and the actual feeling finally breaks through. The song's power comes from this specific timing. By disarming us with a joke about a heater, the lyrics ensure that when the mask finally slips, the sincerity feels earned. After that confession, the song leaves the kitchen and the living room behind. The scale expands from domestic objects to the vastness of the natural world. When the narrator compares their devotion to the Pacific Ocean, the playfulness of the first half is gone. The water is a force that is deep, permanent, and impossible to control. The narrator is no longer just offering a service. They are seeking to merge into the lover's world entirely, becoming as much a part of the landscape as the sea itself. The ending of the song becomes hypnotic, repeating, "I want to be yours," over and over. It mirrors the way an obsession loops in the mind, growing more intense with every repetition. This repetition connects the final plea back to those initial appliances. The desire to be useful has transformed into a desire to be erased, to have no identity other than being yours. This is the song's final takeaway. True intimacy isn't found in a grand declaration. It's the willingness to be a permanent,